Welcome to this episode of the Gunman. So this video here, I'm going to be giving the LumaIII Aurora spray gun light a review and demonstration for you guys. We'll just be starting off with a quick look over it, how to fit it onto your gun, and what you can expect when you buy one of these. So this next little bit of footage here gives you an idea of what it's like in a dark room compared to in a fully lit spray booth. So you can see here it's really brightening the room up. It's got a nice bright light on it. But as soon as you turn the spray booth lights on, it is drowned out a little bit. And I'll touch on that a little bit later when we actually start painting something with it. So we'll be going on to the fitment of it now. It's pretty basic, it's not that hard to fit. All you do is put it on behind the air cap, then you tighten your air cap up, make sure it's in the right spot, that you're happy with it, and then you'll just pull it back over the back lip of your air cap. It is very tight, I did find, but you do get the hang of it. I actually got a little bit of 180 grit sandpaper and just very lightly sanded it down, and I found the fitment was a little bit better after that. Obviously you would not want to take too much off it, or else you'd end up having it too loose and it'll be going all over the place when you are painting. So they do have this light available for the main 4 gun manufacturers at the moment. They've got DeVilbiss, Sadajet, Iwata, and Segola. But they are working on getting more models out there for more compatibility on different spray guns. Turning it on and off is really quite basic. All you do is turn that screw on the back, and all that actually does, that just tightens up the battery and it pushes the terminals together so it makes contact, and that will turn the light on. So this is a charging dock that you get when you get one of these guns. It comes with 2 batteries, so while one's being used, the other one can be charging, and there's no need that you should ever run out of light in the LumaIII. You can actually also get another battery, because as you can see there, that dock has space for 2 batteries, but it's probably not really necessary. Obviously battery life would depend on area, but that's just across the board with any batteries, and they do have a lifespan. Being an Australian, I had to get myself a travel adapter to be able to charge that, because that's an American charging socket. It wasn't a big problem for me because I go to Thailand all the time. I already had a travel adapter ready to go. So anyway, it's time to actually start using this thing and see what we think of it. So my first impressions when I did use this, I had all these panels base coated up and I was ready to clear. I thought, you know what, I'll put it on my gun and I'll have a look around, just check over these panels as far as an inspection goes. And I tell you what, it really did show me a hell of a lot more imperfections than what the standard booth lights did. However, when I started putting this clear on, what I found is I was actually getting really blinded, because this is obviously a bright color. The silver is reflecting a lot of that light back, and it was a little bit hard to get used to at the start, but after using it for a minute or 2, your eyes do seem to adjust. And what I found I was seeing something I'd never really seen before. Like the clear started to go milky, because I'd never seen that much light on the clear coat before as I was applying it. So I really wasn't sure if I was going too heavy or not, but I would imagine that that's something that you would get the hang of. So basically, in a poorly lit area, this thing would be absolutely amazing. Spray painting airplanes, spray painting trailers, industrial spray painting, or just about any kind of machinery, engine rooms, ships, all that kind of stuff, where it can be very expensive and sometimes just not possible to get adequate lighting into that room. Absolutely, this thing would be a real game changer. Do I honestly think it's going to change the way us automotive painters paint and the kind of quality results we can get? I believe no, because most spray booths that I've worked in here in Australia anyway, I do believe that may be different in other parts of the world, but we spend a lot of money on our spray booths, and when we do put a spray booth in, we get a hell of a lot of lights put in there, and you really don't get any shadows anyway. So there's really, no matter where you stand and no matter where you set a part up in the booth, you really don't have any shadows or dark spots where you can't see anything. My biggest piece of feedback at this point would be a dimmer switch on the light, because as I said before, I was just getting blinded at the start. Yes, your eyes do adjust, and maybe you could just sit there with the light on, looking at it for a minute before you start painting. You could have, say, 2 or 3 settings on it. You could have like well lit, a low lit, and then you could even have a color match setting on it or something like that. Hey, that's more than anything my feedback to the manufacturer, which I'm sure they would be glad to hear. So now you guys have seen what they're like for spraying. I'll actually give you guys a look at what they're like for color matching, and I'll be giving you a really good comparison of exactly what they're like by putting it right next to the 3M Sun Gun, which is another very popular color matching tool. So you can see straight away the 3M Sun Gun, it throws out a wide beam of light, and with the two settings on the Sun Gun, it really does give you a great comparison. Now, one thing I do say about the Sun Gun is that it's got poor battery life. Even after you've had the batteries repacked, which I had done on that, which wasn't cheap, that cost me $80 alone. So what does the Aurora run off? It runs off 9-volt batteries, which you can get them anywhere, I guess, all around the world, and they're not expensive. I guess the rechargeable ones, you know, you might pay $10, $20 maximum for a pack of them. So batteries, easier to source and cheaper for the Aurora. It's a lot smaller, so easier to handle. You don't have this big, you know, Sun Gun light. It's got a big fan on it, and it seems to throw off just as much light as the Sun Gun. So for me, color matching, the LumaIII actually wins over the Sun Gun, and I will now be selling that Sun Gun. Now, how much is this, and how do you get one? They'll cost you $314 US. I'm not sure if that includes delivery or not, but just jump on their website, as you see just here, LumaIII.com. Find the product that would suit your gun, and then you'll just be able to purchase it through there. If you're not 100% sure, the guys are really helpful. Send them an email and they'll get right onto it straight away. I'm sure they will. There'll be links to all their websites, emails, social media accounts in the description of this video, so be sure to check that out if you are interested in getting one of these. So my initial thoughts on the price was, oh, maybe they're a bit overpriced, but then when I stepped back and realized it could do color matching as well, that was really what changed my mind. I thought, you know what? I've gone and spent $700 or $800 on my Sun Gun. This is half the price of that. And this can do the same thing. It can also do more. It's half the size of your Sun Gun. It seems like it would last a little bit longer because they're LEDs. You can't really smash an LED because it's not a globe like the Sun Gun is. Oh, another thing, you can clean it, and you should clean it after every use. So just get your gun wash thinners or something like that, gum cleaner, and then just wipe it over the entire thing just to get rid of all that overspray. You want to keep those glass lenses nice and clean as well. Oh, so the overall weight of it, I forgot to mention before, was 94 grams. And how does it feel on the gun? That's another thing I'm sure you guys are all wondering. Does it sort of feel lopsided? Does it overweigh the gun and make it sort of want to tip over? Answer is no, it actually feels quite fine in the hand. It doesn't feel out of place. So closing thoughts, it's a great thing. It's very innovative. There's really going to be some times that it comes in handy. So for painting, I've got a Mini that I'm going to be doing soon, a Mini Cooper, and I've got to paint the entire inside of the cabin of the car itself. So that is definitely going to come in handy when I do paint that. But will I be using it on every single job in the spray booth? Simple answer is no. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. I've definitely enjoyed making it. If you have, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Now you've seen this video, get out there and paint some shit. Thanks for watching, and this has been another Gunman production. Goodbye.